thought to yourself, how do I manage my depression without medication? Because a lot of times, people that tend to have depression will get on medication very quickly, and that tends to be a very, very like easy diagnosis of, oh, if you have depression, like buy this, medication and have, take it once daily, and that'll kind of solve a lot of your problems. There are other things that you can do outside of taking medication that can kind of help you if you are depressed. The first thing is really simple. It's really moving your body, because a lot of times people that struggle with depression, people that struggle with these disorders, they tend to struggle with not having movement in their life, because when you are very tired or you're very depressed or you're very fatigued, you tend to not want to get out there and put yourself out there and go on a run or go work out or go to the gym. And so that lack of movement is really what will decrease, endorphins in your body. If you have lower endorphins in your body, this is kind of what depression is a result of. So when you get moving, you will increase the endorphins in your body, and you tend to have a much more happier mood. That's why they call it runner's high, where it's like people that, run a lot, they tend to be much more happy than people that don't run, because the more that you move your body and the more that you work out, the more relaxed and the more happy you tend to be. The next thing is really simple. It's actually to build structure into your day. So time blocking is something that I've used, and a lot of people that I know who have depression also use. And so when you time block your day into like the morning tasks, the evening tasks, and night tasks, this helps you kind of better understand like what you're going to do when. And so having that struggle of like, oh, like I don't know what to do right now, is kind of what like, half the pressure of like getting stuff done when you have depression is horizontal. Like it's not actually things that you're, having to like deal with or do that's the issue. It's kind of just getting there that is the main problem. And so if you were to remove that resistance or remove that friction entirely, you can have a much more simple and easy way to accomplish things. The last two things are kind of simple and they are interconnected. So sleeping more often, of course, will help, and having a solid sleep structure will help. But also isolating yourself from people is also what breeds depression and kind of breeds a deeper sense of sadness long term. So if you tend to notice yourself being like struggling kind of like with depression or struggling with, being isolated, that may be very, very correlated, and you should probably get out there, go to a coffee shop. Even if you kind of are struggling with maintaining friendships, always reach out to the people that you know and care about, because even if you might think, as someone with depression, like, oh, like no one wants to hear from me right now, like I'm just depressed, like the people that are in your life would rather, have a conversation with you, or rather be a little inconvenienced by you calling, worst case scenario, than for you to just not be there. So at the end of the day, if you are struggling with depression or any kind of disorder, it's always important to know that you should reach out and get the help that you need. Bye.